You have set your SMART goals and now you are wondering how to successfully achieve them. Well, today I'm going to give you 5 steps for creating an action plan to help you achieve those goals. So grab some coffee or tea, your SMART goals, a pen and paper, and let's get to work. Welcome, my friends. If you are new to the channel, my name is Lindsay. I am a teacher and author of the blog, The Well-Rounded Teacher, where I give you tips, tricks, and ideas on ways to live a more balanced lifestyle. If you are new to our channel and want to join the community, please click that subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you never miss another new video. Today, I want to talk about 5 steps for creating an action plan. These steps are kind of all interrelated, and yet they each have their own place within the planning process. So you might want to have your SMART goals in front of you, and if you need to pause the video at any point during the stream, please do that and kind of work through each step along the way. Or you might want to just rewind and rewatch different parts of the video as we go along. Number 1 is to review your SMART goals. So you probably have about 4 to 5 goals that you've set up for yourself, and this is the time when you want to take those out, review those goals, and we're going to work on creating an action plan for each one at a time. I'm going to use, for my example, my health goal for the year, or we'll break it down into my monthly health goal. I'll be using that for my example, but these steps apply for any goal that you have. Step number 1 is to review SMART goals. Number 2, we want to set a timeline. With your SMART goal, you have a timeline of when you want to have achieved that goal, but we want to take a look at where are we going to do our progress monitoring. My goal is to lose 10 pounds in the month. If I'm going to lose 10 pounds in 1 month, then I want to set up my progress monitoring definitely at week 2 to make sure that I'm making progress towards that goal. And then I might also, once we get down to action steps, put in a couple of more checkpoints as well. If your goal is something that you want to achieve within the course of the whole year, I would recommend definitely putting in more frequent progress monitoring. You might want to progress monitor every month, or you might want to even have more frequent check-ins than that, depending on what your goal is. Really break that down right now. Take a look at your timeline. How much time have you given yourself to accomplish your goal? And then where are you going to have those checkpoints? If your goal is for something for the whole year and you wait until the end of the year to check in and see if you've met that goal, I guarantee it's not going to happen, because something will have taken your attention off of that prize, so to speak, and you're not going to be motivated to finish it. I am going to reference this a couple of times, but I have the Life Planner by Erin Condren. You don't have to use the Life Planner, but you should have some type of a planner or a calendar where you're marking down which days you're going to be doing your progress monitoring on. That way you can keep track and have it already scheduled in. We know what's scheduled is what takes priority, so we want to make sure we schedule those things. Number 3, determine the actions that you're going to take to meet your goals. My goal, to lose 10 pounds during the course of the month. 2 things that are important. I know exercise as well as what I'm eating, but I want to be really specific about the action steps I'm taking, and those are too generic. I want to walk for 30 to 45 minutes. 5 days a week. Here I'm giving my action step, and then I'm giving myself the time frame that I'm going to be working on that as well. My second action step is meal planning, because I know that that's what helps me to make healthier food choices. And looking at my schedule and what has worked for me in the past, it works best if I do my meal planning on Fridays. I know that I'm going to be doing my shopping on Saturdays, and then Sunday is my time to be able to actually prep everything so it's ready for the upcoming week. It's sort of a 3-day process, but I'm going to schedule that in. If you're somebody who can do all of that task in 1 day, great, do that. If you need more days or more frequent times throughout the week, do that. So really just looking at your specific goal and then thinking about how are you going to make that action step work. And then step number 3 for me, I know that I need to check in on a weekly basis. So even though I'm progress monitoring for the whole goal at the midway point, I am going to check in with myself on a weekly basis to see if I'm completing my action steps. You really don't want more than 2 or 3 action steps per goal. Otherwise, it's going to be way too overwhelming and you're not going to be able to accomplish everything that you want to do. So break it into smaller chunks that are manageable so that you're making progress towards reaching that goal. Number 4 is supports. This could be both in the form of you need more educational support, or it could be support in the form of you need an outside person to help you, whether it's an accountability partner or someone that you can check in with on whether or not you're meeting your action steps. Kind of look at your goal and your action steps and decide, do you need help? You might not need any extra supports. Just thinking about what is it that you need in order to find success within that goal. And number 5 is motivation. And don't underestimate this. Just because you're an adult doesn't mean that you don't need a reward or a carrot dangling out there to keep you motivated and on track to reach your goal. I have noticed for kids that the stars on the chart are great motivating factors, and it's not to be underestimated for adults either. I love seeing a gold star on a chart that says that I completed a task. That's something that helps to motivate me. My goal is walking 5 days a week. I'm probably going to have a habit tracker that I can put gold stars on there for to make sure that I've walked my 5 times during the week. I watched a video, and I can't remember, I wish I could remember who it was by, but they had talked about keeping track of things and never missing 2 days in a row. So they had a rule that they never missed 2 days in a row. And I love that rule because I think the first day you miss something, you feel kind of bad about it and you're like, oh, I need to get back on track. And if you miss 2 or more days in a row of doing something, you're less motivated and less likely to go back to complete that task or to doing that habit that you're trying to build. So I love the idea of never missing more than 1 day, and I think it would really help to keep on track. For my 5 days a week of walking, if I never miss more than 1 day, it's going to keep me on track for completing my 30 to 45 minutes 5 times a week. So think about what works for you. You also need to think about the frequency of which you need rewards. If your goal is a year-long goal, I know for myself, I've done this in the past, I've set a reward for the end of the year, and just like progress monitoring, if I'm not setting smaller chunks along the way and I'm not checking in smaller chunks along the way, I lose motivation, I lose steam. It doesn't happen. I would recommend, if your year-long goal is kind of big, maybe on those progress monitoring points that you've already set up, having some smaller rewards for yourself if you're meeting the progress monitoring checkpoints, if that makes sense. Think about you as a person and what you need to stay motivated, and then put those on the schedule. Make sure that you have that already written down and written in so that you can remind yourself and have something to look forward to and keeps you on track. So I hope these 5 steps were helpful to you and you can create an action plan that's going to help you be successful this year. I know you're going to be amazing, and I can't wait to hear about the progress that you make on your goals this year. So until next time, bye everyone.